Ronda Rousey vs GinaCarano MMA bout set for Netflix. Most Valuable Promotions announced on Tuesday that the two iconic female fighters will compete in an MMA fight on May 16th. The event takes place at the Inchon Dome in Los Angeles and streams exclusively on Netflix. The matchup takes place in the women's featherweight division. So long to announce this. Me and Gina are gonna throw down in the biggest super fight in women's combat sport history, Rousey said in a release. And we are partnering with the Fighter First promotion, MVP, as well as the biggest and baddest streamer on the planet, Netflix. This is for all MMA fans, past, present and future. More to come, much more. Ronda came to me and said there is only one person she would make a comeback for, and it has been her dream to make this fight happen between us, Carano said. She thanked me for opening up doors for her in her career and was respectful in asking for this fight to happen. This is an honor. I believe I will walk out this fight with the win, and I anticipate it will not come easy, which I welcome. This is as much for Ronda and me as it is for the fans and mixed martial arts community. What a time to be alive. I saw this announcement, I was like, wait, what? Is this some AI bullshit? Like, what's going on here? Like, this came out of nowhere. Like, there was no rumors or speculation or anything like that ahead of time. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Like, Ronda has not fought in like many years, and neither has GinaCarano, even though I don't know much about GinaCarano's MMA career. I know bits and bobs about Ronda Rousey's career because I followed UFC for like a little bit of time. A former UFC world champion is set to compete for the first time since getting stopped in back-to-back fights by Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes. Rowdy returns after nearly a decade out of action and a WWE run in between. Carano has been out of the cage since her lone pro loss to Chris Cyborg under the Strikeforce banner in August 2009. The 43-year-old stirred up speculation in recent training videos and has now come to fruition. It has always been driven by distribution and delivering the biggest moments in combat sports on a global scale, and today we are officially bringing that energy to MMA for the first time. MVP co-founders Jake Paul and Nakusha Bidarian said, Ronda Rousey and GinaCarano are the two most formative figures in the history of women's MMA. They are the icons who shattered the glass ceiling and helped build the foundation this sport stands on. MVP's conviction in women's boxing was driven by the success achieved by Ronda Rousey, who was the biggest star of the entire sport of MMA during her career. So this is for sure very interesting news. Like, I'm not the biggest MMA fan in the world. I followed UFC for a little bit of time. I followed Ronda Rousey in the UFC for quite some time as well. That's how I became familiar with her. And I was a fan of her for the most part. So she became like a little bit weird after like her post MMA career, when she started making excuses about how she lost and all that kind of stuff, and it just got a bit, okay, you've become a bit of an annoying individual right now. But GinaCarano, I know her from like the movies and TV shows she's been in for the most part, but I've not seen any of her MMA career. Neither of these women have fought in quite a long time. Don't get me wrong, they're in phenomenal shape, they're in great health, but at the same time, I'm like, is this going to be just a crash? Is this going to be a cash grab? Is this going to be just one of those fights where they just phone it in and collect the bag and walk away, sort of thing? I think this will definitely do well for both Netflix and the MVP promotion. Definitely. I think a lot of people are going to be tuning into this fight to see at least some curiosity on whether or not this fight would actually be any good, or whether or not this fight would actually be a complete dumpster fire for the most part. And I, for one, cannot wait to actually see this fight. I'm very curious myself. I have lots of mixed feelings on this fight, and a lot of different opinions as well, I would say. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what actually happens with this fight, and what happens post this fight. Like, is Ronda Rousey going to make a comeback for a time? Is GinaCarano going to make a comeback of some sort? She had some controversy a couple of years back, or whatever it was, so So her career, for the most part, has gone in the mud. She's lost big opportunities like Star Wars and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes next after this fight as well. But with that being said, please let me know your feelings down below. Are you excited for this fight? Are you going to tune into this fight? Are you a fan of Ronda Rousey? Are you a fan of GinaCarano? Does this fight do anything for you? Do you have any opinions on this fight? Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.